All right, then. So, on the first segment of the program, we're looking at women professionals and the drive for change and innovation. And we're doing this from the viewpoint of a professional organization involving women. Let me just bring my guest to the microphone. Dr. Franca Nnekwu Agamah is a Vice Chairperson, Association of Women Town Planners of Nigeria, Lagos State Chapter. Dr. Nnekwu Agamah, nice to have you join us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. My pleasure being with you. Good morning.
Great. All right. So we hear of Nigerian Institution of Town Planners, which is a body representing town planners in Nigeria. So which body is yours?
We are women in town planning. You would know that the built environment is big. We have a lot of professionals in the built environment, and of note is the town planners. The town planners. Our institute, Mother Institute is National Institute of Town Planners. That's the NITP, Nigerian Institute of Town Planners.
Right.
The NICP. And so the women wing of that body is the Association of Women Town Planners, in Nigeria, AWTPN.
Right.
So we are women in that field, yes.
Right. So is it a new body, or has it always been in existence?
Oh, I won't say it has always been in existence. We are new, kind of. We're about 4 or 5 years. Yes, we're about 5 years old, so I would say we are still new.
Right.
And we've been able to achieve some things in our little time.
And of what benefit is the establishment of a women body in the town planning sector?
Oh, it's setting up this body has brought a lot of opportunities for women in town planning. You would recall, that the built environment basically is dominated by men. And so when women come into architecture, women come into planning, women come into engineering, it's a bit, and very competitive, and all that. And so this body is to create opportunities for mentorship, for inclusion, which the NITP, is also very, focused and very concerned about inclusion, into the profession, and to encourage women to be more involved in town planning, because we have a lot of women who after studying town planning, they go into other businesses, they go into other jobs or other activities. They are not able to practice, but setting up this organization and this association has helped us to bring more women in, to make us inclusive in town planning, and more so that we have a lot of roles to play. Women are good at organizing spaces. They are good at ensuring aesthetics. Women, are very deliberate, when they plan. And so we are trying to encourage women to bring in their inherent skills, into town planning, so we can have more inclusive and a more organized and beautiful, environment to live in.
And what does your membership strength? What does it look like today?
Oh, we have made some good progress. We have these bodies at the national level, and our state chapters, we have the different states in Nigeria have state chapters. I have not looked into the books recently, but we have made considerable, big progress. At the moment, we are planning an investiture for tomorrow.
And that's what I wanted. I even wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about that. So what's that investiture about tomorrow?
Yes, we have well over 200 already attending for Lagos State Chapter. So you can see that we have actually achieved a lot of success.
Right.
In this few years that we started here.
So let's talk about the event that's coming up tomorrow. I hear you guys are having. Is this your third investiture, right?
Yes. For the Lagos State Chapter, this will be the third executive. I told you this body is fairly new, so this will be the third set. And for every for every executive that come on board, there's a formal ceremony, inaugurating them into office. And so tomorrow would be the inauguration of the third executive, and the investiture of the chairperson in the person of Tamplan Ayemisi Alaka, who is the chairperson of the Lagos State Chapter. So tomorrow is the formal inauguration of that executive into office.
And where is he holding?
It will be holding at in Ikeja, the Martinos Hotel, Keja, Gidingbi, so we've sent out invites already. We are making awareness, and we're inviting people to come see our progress so far, and what our visions and our plans are for the future. And so we are open to collaboration, we are open to partnerships and to learning. Yes.
All right. So how can people who can be part of this?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
I said, who can be part of this investiture ceremony?
All female town planners, are encouraged to be part of it. We actually sent out invites to all women town planners, to even men, the Institute, of Town Planning. We sent invites to them. All professionals in the built environment are invited. The banking industry, the built environment is a very diverse environment. We have a lot of partners. We need a lot of money. We need a lot of media. We need a lot of, technology and all that. So we are actually partnering with a lot of bodies and organizations, and we have sent out invites. Right. And for those who are listening to us too, we also invite you to please join us. If you come to the venue, just say you got the invite on air, and you will be welcome.
All right. So who are the dignitaries that we're expecting at this event?
We have invited quite a lot of dignitaries. We have royal fathers, attending, for their guidance and their support. We have the wife of the governor of Lagos State, is invited. The commissioners in the built environment, commissioners of environment, commissioner of planning, they are invited. Then PAMSEC, we have invited GMs of the different agencies, LAPCA, LASPA, to be part of this event, LASURA, to be part of this event. So we have invited a lot of heads of businesses and organizations, have been invited. So it promises to be a grand event.
Right. Okay, then. So this is going to be another time out. At least you guys can make a statement with this investiture. And I hope this will be the beginning of more turning points for the association. But in terms of outcomes, after this investiture, what's the plan going to look like for the Association of Women Town Planners, Lagos State Branch?
Yes, we have a lot of activities all planned out. Planning is broad, and so we intend to start by creating awareness amongst female town planners to be involved. We intend to carry along, especially those in the academia, in the ministry, and in private practice, so we can work together. We have already earmarked areas where we want to create advocacy for in the built environment and inclusion. We are working on creating opportunities for mentorship. Like today, we have programs already lined out today. The women are visiting secondary schools to create awareness among students and about planning, because a lot of students don't know what urban and regional planning is about. So when you talk to them about planning, they're like, is that a course? What is it about? Oh, we heard you are the people that mark buildings. I want to be called doctor, barrister, not town planner. So we are going all out this morning to create awareness about town planning and the importance and the relevance of town planning in the environment. And apart from that, being a professional in town planning also creates opportunities for you to make a good living, So we are out creating that awareness today. We want to create opportunities for young female town planners, through mentorship, and encouragement, maybe sometimes sponsorship to planning events and training, so that we can have more competent hands. And we intend to partner with different organizations, in the built environment, in transport, and even with your station, right. Because once in a while we're going to be having initiatives that we would want to talk about and probably implement. So we'll be talking about this thing. So right. We have a lot, outlined, as a body, that we want to achieve, and God helping us, with dedication, we would.
And your own story will be used as a positive reference point. At least you are town planner, Dr. Franca, right?
Yes.
So talk to us. After you finished from the school with a degree in town planning, you went to specialize in town planning or what? For your PhD?
No. like I always say, I actually stumbled into planning. I was supposed to study accounting at the Ahmadu Bello University. That was what I wanted, but my parents weren't really ready to release me to go that far, for some reasons. And so I had to do a change of course, even though I got admission to go to Zaria, but I had to do a change of course. And coincidentally, someone who wasn't allowed to go to Zaria went to Yola.
Can you imagine?
You can imagine, but they were really, willing to let me go to Yola because we had family in Yola.
Okay.
So I went to Yola, and I wasn't really willing to do the planning. So I was going to switch to geology, and all that. But I had a lecturer, who encouraged me to say, oh, why not try it one semester? If you don't like it, you can change. So, and then eventually I think I settled in.
Yeah, you fell in love.
Yes, I did. I'm happy I settled in.
Okay.
So from Yola, I came back to Lagos, and I went for a training I think in GIS at the University of Lagos, and then proceeded with my master's, and then proceeded to go into South Africa, University of KwaZulu-Natal, for my PhD. And it's been a very interesting journey.
So your PhD is in what field?
It's still in town planning.
Town planning.
I am town planning all the way, yes.
Wow.
Yes,
so you are a town planner in 3 layers.
Yes, in 3 layers, yes.
I have some question here, but this one says, good morning, Traffic Radio. What advice do you give to younger women who doubt their own abilities? Thanks. Precious is sending this one in. So, as a female body, what advice would you give to women?
Oh, as a female, first of all, because when we talk about inclusion and when we talk about believing in yourself, I want to address ladies, and you first see yourself as a person, who has talent, who have abilities and things to give back. So because if you look at it, the society is not, it's only when it comes to some parts that the society look at some people as women or maybe weaker persons. If the whole structure of academics, going to school from the primary levels to the PhD levels to whatever levels, do not discriminate gender. The same chemistry, the same physics, the same biology, the same physics, the same curriculum. So you see now that the structure is not biased. It looks at us as individuals.
Right.
Okay. And so I encourage every female, out there, every lady, every woman, believe in yourself. Try. Okay. You have something to give.
All right.
And you can start small and then become big.
I love that. So many questions. I wish this program had a longer time, but let me just sneak this one in. This one says, hello, please, Dr. Franca, what is the one myth about women professionals that needs to die already? That's Bumi Ojo is sending this one in. Bumi, thank you so much. So is there any myth? Do you think there's anything limiting women in today's world?
Yes, because women are multitaskers. Women are saddled with a lot of responsibility. Women are caregivers. Women are mothers. They are wives. Women are leaders. So we have a lot of responsibility, a lot of commitments that require a lot of our time. At the same time, we need to commit to our different professions. So women are actually going through, a lot, of hard times. But then you have to encourage yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to prioritize. You have to keep a diary. Okay? You have to write out an itinerary all the time, and that will help you, to stay focused to achieving your goals. So we have a lot of things actually that challenge, that could want to limit us. But then you would encourage yourself, and with time, you see yourself, overcoming them, and you have to support yourself too.
Right. Let's talk about tomorrow. So the event tomorrow, when is it kicking off?
Immediate. We are starting 10 on the dot prompt. Okay, we are not. We already encourage ourselves. We are not no African time. 10 is 10. We are starting 10 on the dot. I'm sure by 10:05 we would be singing the national anthem.
Beautiful.
Because we want to set the records. We want to bring back the ethics, of respecting time. And as women, we don't have so much time on our hands. So we want to start, that campaign, and God helping us, we would achieve, our set goals.
Okay, then we'll leave it at that for now. It's nice connecting with you. Thank you so much for linking up with us this morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I see this as a great privilege. Thank you.
All right, then. So we'll be able to reflect a bit on women professionals and the drive for change and innovation. And town planner Dr. Franca Agamah, who is Vice Chairperson, Association of Women Town Planners in Nigeria, Lagos State Branch, has been able to take us through this excursion. A brief break. When we return, we do our birthdays before we switch to maritime today.
Your home for timely